Hey everybody, how's it going? We're going to go ahead and get started. Enjoy some music while some people get on the stream here. We're going to talk about springtime tactics, what to use for, for bait, what areas to target, what kind of tackle to use as well. So enjoy the music. While more people get on the stream here, we're also going to be talking about doing a giveaway for veterans. So, guy by the name of Jason Schilling is going to be helping us out, and he's going to be giving the rod away. It is, let me pull it up here real quick. It's an Ancient Mariner 6000 reel. It's full of 50-pound braids. It's a new line. It's going to be on the reel. And a Pro Angler medium series rod. So here's how it's going to go. What's up, Darius? What's up, Mike? How's it going, boys? So here's how it's going to go. I've already got 2 other posts started on this for veterans giveaway for this rod and reel. So, and this is going to be another one to where I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. What's up, bro? But if you tag anybody that's a veteran, even if it's a retag of somebody that you did past in this video as well, that tag of that veteran will also go in the pot. So if he's already been entered in and you enter him into this one, guess what? His name entered in twice. So, but how are you going today? I'm not doing too, but it's hey, what's up, Gary? I can't pronounce your name, but yeah. What's up, Brian? What's up, Richard? What's up, Swamp Donkey? What's up, Phil? What's up, Alan? Andy? Quite a few people join the stream. So what we're going to be talking today is about springtime tactics, and plus we're doing the giveaway. So if anybody wants to nominate a veteran, go ahead and tag him in the comment section. What I'll do is I'll take that tag and I'll throw him in the pot. I believe as of right now, we're sitting over 100 veterans that might get a chance at this rod and reel. So again, the rod and the reel is an Ancient Mariner 6000. It's full of 50-pound braid, and the rod is a Pro Angler medium. So, but yep. So yeah, all veterans can tag them in the comment section. That way, they can have their chance at winning this rod as well. So, what Jason came to me with, he said, "Hey, you ever think about doing a giveaway for veterans?" I said, "Well, yeah, I do it all the time. I love, I've been a part of, the Springfield veterans tournament over there. Been a part of it. Fished many of veterans tournaments here on Red Rock. Gave to the it's called HOT, the where they send veterans, fishing tournaments and fishing and fun fishing and hunting and stuff like that. So, what's up, Craig? Yeah, I'm wishing I was with where you were, Craig Bestie. But whoops, he isn't a veteran. I thought you meant fishing. Yeah, pretty much if whoever's a veteran, go ahead and tag them in the comment section. And what we'll do is we'll take those people, throw them in the hat. And I think we're going to do it Saturday because Sunday's Easter. Saturday at, say, 7 o'clock at night, maybe 8 o'clock at night. We'll go ahead and, draw the name out and, see where we go from there. How's it going, Big Easy? What's up, Ace Catfishing? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, man, I wish I could, Craig. But, yeah, so what we're going to talk about is springtime tactics, what I do in the spring to catch, big fish. And this goes from, I'm going to say channels and blues. I'm not too much of a flathead fisherman. Plus this time of year when, up here in Iowa, when that water temperature is still 40 degree, 40, 50 degree range, I don't like targeting them. You see people catching them all the time. If I'm going to go flathead fishing, I'm going to go fish for them in their natural state. So, but this is basically for channels and blues. This time of year, the best fish for these fish are in the shallow water. And I mean, anywhere from 2 foot less. Like you could, be kicking up mud with your motor. And, since you're already pretty much stopped in the mud anyway, you might as well throw out some line, and more than likely you're going to catch some nice fish out of the deal. So, yeah, but yeah, again, like I said, if anybody's joined the stream, tag your veteran in the comment section, and again, that name will be put in the hat, and we'll draw it on Saturday at 8 o'clock. So, but yeah, other than that, again, Jason Schillings, he's the one doing the giveaway for the rod. We're just doing it for him, going to help him out. He's also part of Coop's Tackle Company. So if you want to go to Coop's Tackle Company and go check them out, show him some love, since he is given to veterans, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so Ryan Garrett, was that you with the five? Yeah, Brian, that was me with the 5 big channels. That was actually last year. Here's a good thing with the 5 big channels, Brian. That first day, I think we were in 3rd place with 91 pounds. So first place was like 105, second place was like 101, and then we were in 3rd with 91 pounds. So we were in 3rd place with 91 pounds with 5 channel catfish. So if that tells you anything about that lake, Calamus Reservoir in Nebraska, they got new regulations on that lake. And I'm going to have to say probably in the next 5 years, you can already catch decent numbers, but you can't, just not the numbers that you can in Canada. But as far as weight goes, they got some big fish up there. So like I said, we went up there, kicked everybody. Oh, you know what? I got my butt kicked, Jade. So, man, I figured that was first place for sure. No, it just depends on the year, really. I mean, me and my wife has gotten 2nd place at Calamus before, and we only had 77 pounds. And I think first had like 90. I think first had 99 pounds. So it just depends. There's years where, first, just depends on the weather, depends on the bite, if it's flooded, if it's, if there's a drought, yes, Calamus is badass. So I'd have to agree with you, Richard. But yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of ruined my plans this year. I kind of wanted to go to Calamus and do ice out for the channels up there. So, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into it. So basically, right after ice out, till about, I'm going to say if the water hits about 60 degrees, about 60 degrees. So this time of year, I basically go after crappies. I love crappies. I love the slabs, I love frying them up. It's good food for me. So, yeah, Bill Bruno. What's up, Bill? How you doing, brother? But, yeah, other than that, I would say up until the water temperature reaches about 60 degrees, usually what I like to do is go in the shallows and basically do your best to try to scan, find a place where it's close to a ledge or drop off, but then, that way them fish can get down in the deeper water, and then whenever they're hungry, they can go up in those shallows. Like last spring, we actually found a good spot to where, it took us a while. We were on the water all day Saturday. And I think I got on the water about 8. And I think I met Josh at like 10 o'clock, and we were on the water till about 6 o'clock that night. And, excuse me. And, I ended up calculating it. I ended up put 80 miles on the boat that day, just looking for that perfect spot. And the perfect spot that we found, see, the water was so high, and usually Red Rocks, I think Red Rock's like a 16 or 17,000 acre lake. You know, it's the biggest lake in Iowa. And at the time, with all the flooded, you know, missed a minute, battery's dead. Oh, how's it going, Darius? How's it going, buddy? A nice boat you got there, dude. But usually what I do is we found a spot to where, and like last year, there was so much water that it went from like 15, 16,000 acre lake to, I'm going to say, probably 30 or 35,000 acre lake. That's how much water was left in there. And what we did is we went way back up in this cove where the creek, which usually is a creek, like a little stream dumping into the Red Rock. And we went all the way up in it, probably, God, I'm going to say 15, 20 miles. And we were actually fishing in some dude's bean field. And what the trigger was for us is that little creek wasn't a creek no more. It was a river. I mean, we were reading in the river section or the creek, we were reading 30 foot of water. And we were reading some fish in that 30 foot of water, but then once you get out of that channel and get on top of the ledge, it was like 10, 11 foot. Yeah, you read some fish here and there. But then there was that spot where it was like 10, 11 foot, and it went up to like 5 or 6, like a nice little ledge. And then that 5 or 6 slowly went up into about 2 foot of water. And we noticed a bunch of fish on that 10 foot to 5 or 6. And then we scanned that 2, 3 foot of water, didn't fish it. We saw fish in there. And we thought, you know what? We don't want to ruin the spot. So if it is good, we're going to come back to it. So we kept going in this creek. I keep calling it a creek, but really it was a river. It was like 30 foot deep. So we kept going. We had caught some little suckers and stuff like that to use for bait. And of course, you know, we didn't get no bites that Saturday. So the tournament was the very next weekend. So we had took off for the tournament, ended up going, hitting a few spots, not catching anything. We had shad guts and shad for bait. I think we also had chubs as well. Fished a few other little small coves off, you know, the main lake. Didn't really do very well. We had read them on the side imaging, so we knew there was fish there, and cast a torn. Couldn't get nothing to bite. It's open eyes and ears. What's happening? But yeah, so we got all that going and wasn't catching nothing. And this was like, I think it was like 10 o'clock before we actually put a fish in the boat that first day. So we actually went clear back up in there into that spot where we found. And I'd been keeping tabs on the river levels the whole time, and nothing was going to change. They were letting the exact same amount of water out. Everything was staying the same. So we went back to the spot, and there was tons of fish in there. There was carp in there jumping around and everything. And we put out our shallow water poles, you know, with the strap. And I think at one time we even tied to a tree that was right next to a fence post. So that's tells you. I mean, we're in somebody's bean field. So, and we just fan cast out around. And then next thing you know, I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes. We had our first fishing boat. It was like 8.5, 9 pounder, which on Red Rock, a lot of times you catch a stringer of 8 to 9 pounders. That's, you know, that'll win you a tournament every day. So, and we just kept bouncing around this huge, I bet it was probably about, I'm going to say probably about 4 acres section of 2 foot of water. And those fish were in there just, I think they were digging for, you know, night crawlers or eating the beans or whatever they were doing there was keeping them. And we went in there with some shad guts. And I mean, my go-to springtime bait is shad guts. A lot of times if you got cut chubs, old shad, you know, frozen skipjack or whatever, the shad guts will outperform any bait you have, like 5 to 1, I would say. And of course, that's my opinion. So I know a lot of guys will disagree with me, but don't care. So, so shad guts is usually what we used, and we do shad gut with like a slice of, you know, shad jade. If you like calamus, sometimes you know try Merritt Reservoir, Nebraska. It's always west, but I've heard a lot about Merritt Reservoir. So what we did is we just fan cast out. We'd sit in, for about half hour, 45 minutes. If we caught some fish, we'd still kind of move around, but we'd move, maybe 100 yards this way or 100 yards that way or 100 yards more towards the middle and just spread around, more. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Paul? How's it going, buddy? But yeah, so springtime is definitely shallow water. And the reason being is because that water warms up faster in the shallows and those fish will follow more than likely the bait. So if you guys know shad hate it when the temperature changes. So I imagine this weekend with the, hey, what's up, Andrew? How you doing, buddy? But with the temperature changing, I imagine a lot of shad went deep because, we went from, I think we had 78 degrees on Tuesday. And I think right now we're sitting at 42 degrees. So we went through that huge of a weather change. So I'm sure a lot of the shad are back down deeper again because they don't like that temperature change, that drastic temperature change. So, and I'm pretty sure that, some catfish probably stayed shallow because of the shad kill over winter. And all they do is they just go around and pick up that easy bait. Well, if you're up in there throwing easy bait to them, guess what? You're going to catch some fish. So, but a lot of times it does help to what kind of fish you're what kind of situations, you're into. So other than that, hey, what's up, Jonathan Bivens? How's it going, buddy? All right. We got some people joining the stream. So anybody new to the stream, again, you follow my page, Jason Schilling, a part of Coop's Tackle Company, was kind enough. He just got a hold of me. I'm going to tell you straight up how he went about it. He just sent me a message, said, hey, you ever thought about doing a veterans only giveaway for rod and reel? I said, well, hell yeah. I'm always down for that. So what's up, Rodney? Open eyes and ears. My brother had some luck on Milford Monday. Took the Sea Ark back to Missouri. Didn't even go to. Oh man, that sucks. Milford's a pretty good place. I'd be going to Milford if it wasn't for this damn virus. So, sucker fish a pretty good start of the season up here. Yeah, we don't. Man, suckers, for some reason down here in Iowa, I don't do very well in them. I'm a shad guy till I'm going to say about mid. When that water temperature reaches about 60 degrees, that's when I'll change to shad, or I'll change to chubs. And chubs is my go-to bait from I'm going to say May till, back in the fall again. Back in the fall again when that fresh shad, take off and they start getting bigger. When in the fall, when that shad's about, 3-4 inches, man, I'll take 1,000,000 of them bad boys, just cut them up. Channels love them. So, Misty, we appreciate it. Hope you come down for Fishing for Freedom next year. Misty, I will be there. Kind of sucks that it canceled this year. I was actually looking, forward to that tournament. So for next year, for sure. And hopefully we got everything lined up to where, we ain't got to worry about this virus or none of that stuff. Let's see here. Chubs are good. How about warmouths? I've used warmouths are pretty much like your rock bass or your what do you call them? Rock bass or it's like a bluegill. I've used bluegill drifting before. They work. It's just a lot of times it's best to have the bait that's plentiful in the lake. And a lot of times if the bait's not there, like if the shad aren't there in huge schools, gills or chubs would, my go-to is chubs. We got a lot of chub creeks around here that hold like a ton of chubs. So I'll go throw the I got a couple nets that I'll throw in there and let them sit for half a day. And I mean, there'll be 3 or 4 dozen chubs in there. So one day I can have probably 10 dozen chubs in a day. But I usually like to keep about 50 or 60 on hand. That way, if I want to go out fishing, I just one scoop, take a dozen, go out fishing, catch some fish, have fun. So warmouths are by far my favorite bait here in the Mississippi. Nice. I don't think I've ever used warmouth. Yeah, green sunfish. Okay. Yeah, Rodney. Yep. Yeah, I've used green sunfish before. So peacock. Oh, for peacock bass? Is that what you're talking about? Open eyes and ears? So, but yep. A lot of times, and so I'll go shallow everywhere. I'll go shallow down in Alabama. I'll go shallow up here. I'll go shallow everywhere. You always want to cross off where you've been. Like if you're not finding them in shallow, or if you're banging 3 or 4 pounders in shallow, a lot of times go 10 foot deeper or 10, 15 foot deeper and check out, see what kind of fish are there. You might step into the 5 or 6 pound fish range, or even the bigger blues or whatever, depending on what river you're fishing in. Like for instance, Milford. If you're on Milford, a lot of times around that causeway in that 2 to 3, 4 foot of water, you just anchor down and fan cast out and have some fun, because you're going to get bit. So that's where I would probably be here in the next week or two. But hopefully some of the restrictions get lifted off so I can start doing some traveling and get some videos going for you guys to watch. So, but okay, so now we're going to talk about what kind of gear. I went from using medium heavy rods. I still do a heavy rod. It's the extender, 10 foot. I use that for casting my country miles. I use that for my outside planer board rods. But my inside rods, I actually switched those, and we are 100% medium rods is what I'm using now. And that's up here in Iowa. That's every place I plan to go fishing, I plan on using those medium rods. And my rods of choice for the mediums are the Big Cat Fever rod series. So, and just a simple fact of, I went down with Rodney to Wheeler, and he had bought me one. He goes, "What kind of rod you using?" I said, medium heavy. So he bought me one, and it actually outperformed a lot of the other rods that I had. So I switched everything over to that. So, but yeah, the medium series. And the reason why a lot of guys go, "Oh, the medium's too light. Medium's too light." No, it's not. Quit basing your rods on the type of fish that you're catching. Base your rods on the type of water you're fishing. Like if you're fishing a river, like if I'm on the Des Moines River, it's flowing maybe 1 to 2 mile an hour, probably at its fastest. A medium series rod's going to be plenty. It's going to be plenty. Depending on what you're fishing for too. If you're fishing for flatheads in the summertime or whatever, you might want to use a heavier rod. That way you can pull them out of those structures. Like again, I'm not a flathead fisherman, so I would even still use my medium action rods because they still have a huge backbone, and I'll just tighten the drag down even more and pull them out of the structure if I have to. But the reason why I use the medium heavy action rod or the medium action rods is because of the fact that you see it all the time. I've seen countless videos of guys and countless times of guys saying, they get back to a tournament, and what's the first thing to say? "Oh man, we had a monster on, but we lost him at the boat." Well, I guarantee you this is what the scenario was. They were sitting there reeling down and pulling up as hard as they can, reeling down, pulling, pretty much horsing that fish. And all that fish is going to do is start twisting and turning. When he starts doing that, then have chances of line getting cut on his teeth by him flashing around. The hook can get pulled. A lot of things could happen. A lot of times, if I hook into a fish and there's not really, there's no structure around, no trees or nothing like that, let him swim. Kind of put it. And the reason why I like that nice medium action rod is for the bend. I like having that bend on there to where it can be bent, and I'm not putting any pressure on that rod at all. And I can tell when he decides to give a little bit, because I'll see that tip start raising up, and I'll just reel down a little bit and just slightly put a little bit of stress, pressure on that rod, because of the fact that when you're not putting any pressure on that fish and he's coming up real slow, all you got to do is dip him, put him in the boat, because if you're in a tournament, last thing you want to do is lose a fish at the boat. Just take it easy, take it easy. Let the fish wear itself out and let the rod do its job of just keeping pressure on the hook. You ain't got to hurry up and pressure them into coming in, I've seen a lot of guys lose fish. I've seen videos on Tennessee River, guys horsing fish, I see it on countless videos on the James River, reeling down and just like doing everything they can to get that fish up. Well, next thing starts doing barrel rolls and shit like that, and next thing you know, pop. So comes unbuttoned. I would assume you could lose some control at the boat, meaning putting that fish in the net or steering it where you want it to go. Yes, you could, but if you've taken your time, Darius, of actually fighting that fish to where you're controlling it, to where he's coming up nice and slow, to where when he comes up, the last thing he's going to want to do is try to fight you, and he'll go into the net just nice and easy, just less, you want to, like, I'll go ahead and set that drag real tight on my reel, to where when they set the hook, they're going to set the hook no matter what rod they're using. You could be using a Barbie rod, a Snoopy pole. And as long as that drag's set nice and tight on that reel to get that hook set, a lot of times, any fish that I catch or anybody that's been in my boat, first thing I do is loosen that drag all the way up. That way, if they want to make those runs, go ahead. Go right ahead. I got all day long. So, and with with these bigger fish, like Rodney, that fish would take off, boom, he'd take out, 50 foot of line. Oh, well, because we're going to get him in the boat. So last thing you wanted that fish to do is, thrash around and, like more than likely, most of the times, Rodney was using a more heavier action rod, but you can tell on the tip of that rod, there wasn't very much bend on there. So we actually always had to keep, really good eye on that rod just to make sure, so me too tight with the medium rod. Yeah, Darius. I mean, it's I like the lighter medium poles to feel the fight and bite. Yep. Waiting on my meat hunter flexes to show up. There you go. Nice. Nice. Yep. But yeah, so that's my tactics in the springtime is basically shallow water. For blues, I would say skipjack, fresh skipjack. It's got to be fresh. Yeah, Inner Iowa's outdoors mediums work awesome, especially on Iowa channels. Yes, they do. And then, they were good for blues too. So it just depends. Like I said, a lot of people need to base their rods off the waters that they fish in. So say like 2 mile an hour or less current, a medium would work just fine. If you're going to get in the Missouri River in the wintertime, yeah, mediums will work just fine because you're getting, back behind the wing dikes. What's up, Tristan? Hey, welcome to stream, man. So you get back in behind the wing dikes in the Missouri River in the wintertime, and there's no current. So your medium rods will actually, outperform your heavier rods because of the fact that you want to see that sensitive light bite. So, but in the summer, when you want to be out in the main channel or in the outside bend, man, I'm going to say probably a medium heavy would probably be your better bet to go with. Any reservoirs, whether it be in Iowa, Nebraska, Alabama, anywhere, any of your reservoirs, a medium action rod is actually going to do you better than a heavy action rod, because more than likely, in a reservoir, if you're fishing with the heavier action rod, more than likely that fish is going to feel the action of that pole, and he's not going to take the bait. He's going to pick it up and maybe tug on a little bit, but more than likely or not, he's not going to take the bait because he can feel that heavy rod. So, but yeah, William, move to medium light, ugly tigers for channels, actions great with plenty of backbone. Yeah, William, realistically, all you need is that backbone is to set the hook. Other than that, loosen that drag and let the rod do the work as far as flexing. If you got a huge bow in your rod and you're not really putting any pressure on that fish, it's even better. Your chances of putting that fish in the boat are going to skyrocket because of the fact that he's not going to come up to the top. And a lot of times too, if you're pressuring the fish, bringing them up real quick, he's going to thrash around because he's still got some fight in him. So, yep, Ryan Guffey, he's laughing. I don't think Ryan Guffey's a big fan of medium action rods. So he fishes at Kansas River. Now, Kansas River, that would be a good place for a medium action rod. I'd fish at Kansas River in medium action all day long. I don't care how big fish are in there. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah. So again, anybody new join the stream, Jason Schilling with Coops Tackle Company. Was kind enough. He contacted me wanting to do a veteran giveaway for veterans, and that's going to be I'll pull it up again just to make sure that way I don't screw it up. It's going to be an Ancient Mariner's 600 or 6,000 reel, and that reel has also got a lifetime warranty on it. So that's another bonus. It's spooled with 50-pound braid, and it's on a Pro Angler medium rod. So I haven't used any of these products. Jason just got a hold of me, wanted to do a giveaway, and I'm not going to turn somebody away from doing a giveaway, especially for veterans. So if you know a veteran that fishes, go ahead and tag his name in this comment section. I will look in the other comment section that I've seen and pick those names up. And then Saturday, I plan on putting all those names in a pile and drawing out the lucky winner. So, but yep. Oh, what's up, David? How's it going, buddy? Ryan Guffey. I just don't like ditching anchor. Haven't yet. Better be 3 digits when I do. That's for sure. That's for sure. I run the St. Croix Mojo Cat rods and the mediums. They are great. Cool. I've heard a lot about the St. Croix rods, so I might have to come down there, Ryan, fish with you one of these days. Try to get on one of them 100-pounders. So, Martin Byers. Yep. Cool. Thanks, Craig. That's what it's all about, man. So, and you can do more than one name too. So, like I said, if anybody knows a veteran that fishes and wants to be entered in this for a free rod and reel giveaway, all you got to do is tag his name in the comment section. So, and all these names are going to go in. Like I said, all these names are going to go in a pot. And Saturday at 8 o'clock, I'm going to draw his name, and we'll go from there. Like I said, go over to Coops Tackle Company and give him some love, because he's showing love by doing a giveaway to all of our veterans. So yeah, do your part and go give him some love as well. So I nominate order, and I appreciate it, Jade. All right. I did another one up above. Cool. Thank you. Come down. It'll be fun regardless. Yes, Ryan, it will be fun. Hey, buddy, we can do a collab then. There you go. I mean, I've done a few collabs, but I don't really specialize in them, you know. So I'm going for some giant largemouth tomorrow morning. Cool. I'm not a. I've got bass fishing gear. I just don't do it very often. But you live down. I think you live down here in Texas, don't you, Craig? Either Texas or Florida. I think you moved to. So I think it's Florida. But yeah, if I was down in Florida, I'd be going after peacock bass. So some people are catching big ones in the Kansas River. Not me, but some people. I can catch dinks, Andy Thompson says. I've seen a few big ones come out of the Kansas. So yeah, down in Florida now. I knew you were down in either Florida or Texas. So, but yeah, if anybody's looking at tagging a veteran, tag them in the comment section. It's a real easy giveaway. Go to Coop's Tackle Company. Go give him a like, follow him, because I'm pretty sure if he's doing this giveaway, he's going to probably do more giveaways. So, but yeah, so exactly, cool. Sounds good. So what's let's see here. So what are some big ones people's caught so far? I know they've been catching some channels around here in Iowa, but I haven't had the pleasure of getting out because I'm yeah, I'm an essential employee. So I still have a job. So that's why I haven't been fishing, because I'm essential. So thanks for what you're doing here, bud. You know what? You ain't got to thank me, Craig. Thank the veterans for what they've done. You know, that I'm actually doing something that I love to do. And if what little I can do to help them guys out to brighten their day up for all that they've done for us, you know, I'm all for it. So Patrick, I ain't been catching shit. Needs to change quick. Now, Patrick, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick, didn't you win the free guided trip up in Canada? So you can't say you haven't caught nothing. So you caught a guided trip. So okay. Jared Mitchell, lots of channels here in Central Indy. Cool. What's your biggest one, Jared Mitchell? Hopefully Truman Lake this weekend. Yeah, I imagine. I'm surprised they haven't shut that lake down. So Craig Bestie, thumbs up. Thanks, brother, for doing what you're doing, tagging your veterans. So did you go flathead fishing last weekend? No, we did not go flathead fishing last weekend. We went bouncing around, checking for channels, for channel cats. That's about it. So we've seen that the water temperature was still about 43 degrees when we got on the water. And we pretty much know what flatheaders are doing when the temperature's that cold. So, and we don't feel like targeting them when the temperature's that cold, because we know what they're doing. So to me, that's not not an ethical way of catching them. So Ryan Guffey, make it a weekend deal, man. I have a lake in my backyard. You can teach me. That'll work. I'm down with that. What do you want to learn, Ryan? How to drift or something like that? Hell, that's easy. That's my ball game. I'm a drifter. So, yep, Patrick Ward, he did. He figured out. See, you don't need to catch fish, Patrick. You got a guide trip waiting on you in Canada. So, got to run, bro. Give me a holler sometime. We'll do, Craig. We'll talk later, buddy. Thanks for tagging your veterans, buddy. Jared mentioned caught one 12-pound yesterday on Gist River. Cool. Hell yeah. 12-pounder, I'll catch 12 all day long. So Calamus was 42 last weekend. Oof. God, I'd like to be up there. Because oh man, I'd be all up in those shallows. Jared caught 11 channels in 30 minutes. That's a good time right there. So can't wait that long. Damn virus. You know what, Patrick? now they've canceled the. I just got notification of canceling the Catfish for Freedom down there in Quincy. Sucks, but you know you got to do what you got to do to protect the veterans. So it's you know it was. I think it was a good call. So being that it was this close, you know, it was too. Yeah, but yeah. So other than that, yeah, shallow water, medium action rods. You could use floats. Usually when I'm in shallow water, I don't want to use floats because those fish are digging around in the mud, trying to find worms or pick up shad or something like that. So a lot of times I won't. All of our local tournaments are getting canceled. Yeah, same here, Patrick. I don't think I'm gonna have to say the only tournament that I'm in on right now will be the first of the year or first one of the year. If they have it, will be Calamus, and that's in August, late August, I think. So, yeah, that's a two-day classic there at Calamus with the Catfish Chasers. So, yeah, they are shallow waters getting in the 60s. Yeah, if the water's getting in the 60s, that's when I'm putting the drift socks out. I'm dragging baits. So, Bobby. You know, I've been wanting to do Calamus in the spring, and so Red Rock channels in the springtime, like we were catching 6-7 pound fish. Won that tournament last spring. We were catching 6 pound fish, but their bellies were so full that these fish were weighing a little over 10 pounds. So I could only imagine Calamus catching a 25 pound channel. I bet his belly's probably 10 pounds. I bet he's got to be over 30 pounds. So, so that's why I want to go there. And, you know, so I get this Friday off, and then I got to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe. And then I'm off till July 20th, I believe. So I plan to do some traveling as long as I can. You know, I heard they are stopping some people on the interstates. You know, tell them to go back if it's not, you know, if you're not essential. So we'll see how it goes. I am essential. You know, I do videos for you guys to watch. So, so Trey. Okay, Jared, watched a slider turtle get smoked by a channel yesterday. That'd be pretty cool to watch. So Trey. Waiting for word from Alex whether Alton Classic will happen this year. I think it's probably too soon for them to possibly cancel Alton Classic, since that's in September. You know, I have a feeling since a lot of your fairs go on from state to state, a lot of money is made during these fairs. So a lot of that stuff's going to start happening in August because of the fact that, you know, you got your FFA, you know, your kids bringing cows and pigs and chickens to, you know, the fair to get them contests. You got, you know, all this other crap, you know, that the fairs bring in, the food, the drinks, they make a lot of money for the state. So that's the fair, you know, it's what the fair is for. So, and I can imagine that if they start canceling fairs and stuff like that in states, then they'll start canceling more stuff. But I can imagine probably I want to hope that by July everything's back to hopefully normal. So I'm waiting to May to cancel our, but it's definitely not looking good. Yeah. Bobby, me and the big dog talked about fishing your tournament, so I might come fish your tournament with Tommy. So time will tell, Trey. Yeah, time will tell, man. It's a tough deal. If anything, just keep your distance from people. That'd be your best bet. You know, I mean, I kind of keep my distance anyway, because I notice a lot of shit. Like when I'm in restrooms and I don't see dudes washing their hands after they get done doing one or two, and I kind of distance myself from the people anyway. That way I don't have to worry about, getting none of their crap on my hands. So, and a lot of you know me as I'm pretty boisterous. So, yeah, not a lot of people. So, but yeah, fishing is essential. It is. It almost has to be. Because everything else, I mean, you can't take too much stuff away. Then we're, what else is there going to be? I mean, I'm still going to sneak out if they do say lockdown, nobody can drive anywhere. I'm still going to sneak out and go fishing. So I got a river just down, well, I call it a creek, just down from me that connects to the Des Moines River. So I'm going to do some fishing regardless. So, but yep. Other than that, yeah, like again, I'm going to say it again. Justin Schilling with Coops Tackle Company is donating a rod and a reel to a veteran. So how we're doing it is type your veteran's name, tag them in the comment section. And what I'm doing is taking all these names, putting them together, and then I'm going to do a drawing Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So that way a veteran will be able to get a nice rod and reel out of the deal. So it's an Ancient Mariner 6000. It's spooled with 50-pound braid. It's an Angler's Pro Angler medium action rod is what we're giving away. So, like I said again, put your veteran's name in the comment section. Yep, just like that, Kenny. So, and we'll pull that name out, simple as that, and then also go over to Coops Tackle Company. I think it's Coops Tackle CO, and show them some love too, since he's giving away a rod and reel setup. So does it have to be this post or the previous post? I'm actually picking names from all of them. So if you happen to tag 10 15 guys in this one, and those same guys are in that one, I'm just going to put double their names in the deal. So I figure it's for veterans, why not? So, but yeah, it could be this one. It could be the last one. I think there's two other posts. There's a post me asking about if people want to do a giveaway for veterans, and God, I think that post alone has like 85 tags in it. And then I did another one with actually the rod and reel, and then I actually did and then this one. So I'm taking it from those three, avenues. So yeah. Let's see, Jared, all tournaments in Indiana have been postponed until further notice. I was looking forward to fishing with an Indian catfish. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm pretty sure things get back to normal. They almost have to. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate with this virus. It doesn't affect, the younger people as bad as it does the older people. So I think that's why they're in such of, that's why they're taking these precautions, because the fact that we may be carrying it, we're not going to know because, we get the flu all the time or do whatever. We're just going to think it's a normal flu. Well, when we go over to our grandparents' house and they can't handle as much, that's when that's when it needs to, we need to come together and work as a team to get it squashed, and hopefully they get a vaccine for it. So. So also Cody Shelton. Cool. Thanks, Jade. Appreciate it. Andy Thompson. Use these Mariner reels. Lifetime warranty makes them interesting. I don't use them. Like I said, Andy, Jason came to me and said, hey, do you want to do a veteran giveaway for me? And I said, sure. I'm not going to turn away somebody that wants to, do a giveaway for a free rod for veterans. So especially for veterans, I mean, I'm all in for the veterans. So I get quite a few people in my family that are veterans, and yeah, so and quite a few friends that are veterans as well. So no, I don't use them, but since there is a lifetime warranty, you really can't beat it. So and the rods, the rod looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a medium action rod, so it's gonna be flexible, but the backbone looks, you know, about normal like all the rest of the medium action rods. So, but yeah, so all state parks are free and the boat ramps are open for now. That's good. That's good. And Jared, what I've said in the past videos that I've had before is since there isn't any tournaments right now, instead of just going out and fun fishing, I mean, you're going to go out and fun fish anyway. But while you're doing that, tighten up your game better. You know, this is a time to where you need to figure out your electronics. You need to read your electronics. Take your 2D and start targeting fish on your just use your 2D. Figure out if they're stripers. Figure out if they're catfish. Figure out if they're gar. These are the times to you know, tighten up your ball game to where when tournaments do start running, start whooping that ass, baby. That's what it's all about. So, and you know, fish different things. You know, go out right before a storm. Fish ledges, fish mud flats. Figure out what those fish want. So that way, and then jot all that shit down. Jot your temperature down. Jot, you know, if there's clouds in the sky, if it's sunny, what your barometric pressure is. If it's a moon phase, write all that stuff down. I've got a book that says all this stuff, and I go to that book. I can look up tomorrow what the temperature is, what the barometer is doing, and I can pretty much dial in those fish where or not. I wouldn't say dial them in, but I'm going to be close to them real quick. So it's not going to take long to find them, and that's what a lot more guys need to start doing. So, and these are basically on reservoirs. You know, I'm a reservoir fisherman. I can't fish rivers. You know, I've done well in tournaments on rivers, but it's not my, yeah. it's more likely if I fish a river, I'm going to do more donating than I am cashing checks. So, but thank you for that. No problem, Gil. Jade, thanks again for supporting the veterans. Jade, no problem, man. It's the least I can do to show my support for guys that you know, have done what they've done to, you know, make me so I can do this, so I can fish, so I can, you know, raise my kids, you know, and not have to worry about any kind of socialism. So, veterans, Andrews, thanks, Trey, for nominations, buddy. Cool. Patrick one, I've already said I'm gonna go to the tournaments like it's still on and still fish. Maybe do some stuff different than what I would do normally on different spots and see what happens come morning. Yep, that's the way to do it, Patrick. Thanks. This is awesome of you all to support the veterans. We all appreciate it. We'll send you some pics of these big Callum's channels. Sounds good, Will, man. But I hope you do catch a big old giant. So, because here probably in the next week or two, I might be coming up that way. So, I've only really fished calamus in the fall, so I'm curious to see what that lake will do in the spring. So, but yeah. No, other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and seal it up. Like I said, tag your veteran in the comment section. If you want to, go ahead and share this post. That way, it gets out to other people and helps them figure out their springtime bite, figure out their rod situation. You know, if they think they're fishing with heavier rods, and of course the veterans too. I mean, that's the reason why we did tonight's show is basically for the veterans, so people can tag more people in the comment section. So if you do, let us know. Jade and I both are right down the road. Will do, Will. I will let you know. So, but yeah, like I said, put your veteran in the comment section. I will be taking those names, drawing out of a hat, figuring out the winner. Like I said, what's on the chopping block is an Ancient Mariner 6000. It's a lifetime reel. That means this reel is warranted for a lifetime. So there's 50-pound braid on there, new 50-pound braid, and it comes with a Pro Angler medium rod. So, and if you want to check out all these rods, type talk to Jason Schilling with Coops Tackle Company. So if you're going to go there, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description with Coops. That way it's just an easy click. So, but other than that, I appreciate you guys joining the stream tonight. I got a few other things going on, so if it starts warming up to where we can start doing some of these shows on the water. So, but yep. Oh, 15 minutes away from Calamus. God, I hate you, Jade. Man, I'd love to live that far. If I lived that far away from Calamus, I don't think I'd ever travel. My ultimate goal is to catch a 30-pound channel. And I believe there's quite a few of them in there. So, but yeah. So thanks for joining the stream, guys. Appreciate everything that you're doing. Like I said, for your veterans, type your name in the comment section, and we'll draw them Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and we'll tell you who the winner is. So appreciate everything you guys do. Peace out. Pow.